What's up, folks? Today we're going to be doing a very special recipe. A very special recipe is very, very close to my heart. This recipe has been passed down in my family for generations. So today we're going to be making 10 litres of custard. What's that? Why? Kinda on a health kick recently, and since custard is really healthy, I just thought I might make 10 litres of it for health reasons. 9 out of 10 dentists would approve having 10 litres of custard as 10 of your 10 custards a day, so and that is absolutely the truth, the full truth and nothing but the truth. It's a factual truth, a very real and honest truth. It's absolutely not a lie that I just made up on the spot to keep this video YouTube safe. But anyway, let's crack on. So the first step to this very ancient recipe is to get yourself 25 packets of instant custard. Super easy. This is the one that has water. It doesn't even require milk, so good job, because I don't really have a cow to make that much milk for me right now. What? So you're gonna need 25 packets of instant custard. That's the first step. Second of all, you're going to need to get yourself a heat-safe container. This is so that when you put the boiling water in, it doesn't melt, it doesn't explode, you know? I understand we're not going to be able to fit 10 litres of custard in this particular receptacle, okay? Wow, what a cool word, receptacle. I'm so smart, aren't I? I'm so smart. Everybody say I'm smart. Everybody say I'm smart. Thank you. Anyways, we've got a big old container. This is for the final custard. We're not going to put the boiling water in here because this container, it is not heat safe. It will melt all the way through and then we'll have a whole nother bloody mess to clean up. You're also going to need to get yourself a pair of trusty skizzers and a whisk. Where's my glasses? Seriously, I can't read this packet. So, the first step is to read the instructions. It says that one of these sachets will make 425 millilitres, that's 3/4 pints for you Americans, of custard. I think that was the end of the sentence, of custard, not quite sure. I've got ADHD, so I go off on a bit of a tangent sometimes, but that just makes it all more fun, doesn't it? So we're going to do some quick math. Okay. Where's the fucking lines, bro? Does this not even have a measurement on it? This doesn't even have a measurement. How am I supposed to know how much liquid goes in here? Should we give it a guess? Should we give it a guess? I'll probably oh, there is something on the bottom. It's a 280 What the fuck does that mean? What does that mean? What does it mean? 3 litre?
Maybe 4.
4 litres? Alright, so we're going to go out on a limb and say that this receptacle right here is probably about 4 litres. And then this makes 400 millilitres. So that means... ten of these in here? Yeah? Thumbs up if that's right. Yeah, nice. I totally finished school, okay? And anybody who says that I didn't finish school, don't talk to those people. This is about 4 litres and that's 400 mils, so 10 of them does fit in there. Yeah, I know.
It's 4 litres.
Yeah, if it's 4 litres, that's what we're going to find out. So, the next step is that you're going to have to boil several kettles full of boiling water, because 10 litres of water will not fit in one kettle. Luckily we have 2 kettles for some reason, because we're just fucking menaces. So we have to wait for the water to boil. I guess in this time I will just tell you some random stories, some funny things that you might find interesting. Actually, they're not that funny. They might be a bit more depressing than they are funny. But anyways, I did want to make a video about the kind of lies that people tell me in order to try and get free content, because there's been some real whammies, okay? There's been some big, hilarious lies that people have tried to get free content off me. I do have to admit, the vast majority of these stories and these lies or whatever occurred in my first year in this job. I guess after you've had more than a year experience, people know that, you know, you're not to be fucked with, you're not going to believe those kind of lies. But honestly, some of them were so wild and outlandish that I am surprised that anybody fell for them. But obviously somebody's falling for it because it's working, you know? It's like how that one lady like gave 800 grand to real fake Brad Pitt, and everyone's like, oh, what kind of dumbass falls for that? Well, clearly some people do fall for it, because that's why they scam people, right? So we'll start off with the first one. This is one of my favourites. I am an astronaut, give me free content. And this person said to me, I am an astronaut, can I please have some free content? And I was like, are you an astronaut? Prove it. Obviously I wasn't going to give them a freebie regardless or not of whether they are an astronaut, because everybody pays the same, pal. Everybody pays the same.
Hello, I like money.
So they sent me a link to a YouTube video, and I'm like, oh my god, this is it. This is a real astronaut I'm talking to. Hot damn. So I clicked the link, and it's just like a generic video of like a random space flight taking off. Like on the screen, the rocket's like this big, just going pew into the sky. And I was like, what's that supposed to be? And this person really was like, that's me in that rocket. Believe it or not, believe it if you will, but that's me in that rocket. That's one of the more interesting lies that anyone's ever told me in an attempt to get free content. And with that, the kettle is nearly boiled, so we're going to go ahead and cut open our first packet of custard. Pop it right in the bowl. It's kind of a cool sound. Try not to breathe in any custard dust because it's quite bad for you, yeah. 9 out of 10 custard doctors said don't inhale custard because it is not, in fact, oxygen. That's 2. Woo! That's 3. Wow, we've got 1 kettle already. 4. This smells really nice. I actually was scared that I would gip at like the smell of 10 litres of custard. But just the powder, it smells really nice. It's very sweet. I lost count, but I think that was 6. I don't know. 7, 8. Thanks, bitch. That was probably 10. I can't really count, but whatever.
So okay. 1.7 litres each.
Are they? Are they only 1.7 litres? Inferior kettles! Now we're gonna gradually pour in our water. Water! Oh yeah. Oh, that's more orange than I remembered. I hope this bowl is heat safe. Wow!
Wow.
She is bubbling! Okay, I really do not want this to be lumpy, so I'm gonna stir this quite vigorously while I tell you the next lie that people tell me to get free content. The next one is men pretending to be women, which I always find fairly bizarre because I do not care your gender. You pay me the same as everybody else.
Hello, I like money.
So I'm not just gonna be like, oh my god, a woman, everything free for you, girl boss. But anyways, they're always so bad at pretending to be women as well. They'll usually send me a picture of someone who's very clearly an Instagram model. You know what I mean? Like someone who's just very clearly, I just don't believe is going to be wasting their time with me kind of thing. Like, at least be realistic, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not supermodel attractive. Don't hit me up with a supermodel, right? And they send me the picture and they're like, hey, this is me. Can I have free content because I'm a girl? It's crazy. Anyway, all you have to do is reverse search the image and you'll find the original source of where the image came from and proof that they are lying. So That's one of the other ones. It's not a very funny one. It's quite a sad one actually, but I just wanted to let you all know that that's actually quite a frequent occurrence. It's not like super frequent, but it's like a few times a year at the very least. Okay, the custard's thickening up now, so we're gonna get a lot more vigorous with this stirring. Oh, I don't even know why I did a workout this morning, because this is a workout in its own right. But this smells delicious, I'm not gonna lie. I actually wanted to do pink custard, but I thought it would give Teletubby custard, and I didn't want it to give Teletubby custard because that's kind of creepy, considering everything. Wow. This is really thickening up now. You've got to really get your muscles in there. Just start fucking whipping that shit up like crazy. Just. Woo! Oh, this is taking a lot of effort. I didn't think this would take so much effort. Oh no. Wow. How cool does this need to be to pour it in there?
Not that cool, it should take it.
It should. It should take it.
Plastic softens when it gets hot, so it should be fine.
Yeah, so this video is either going to be called Making Custard or Custard Fail. Just depending, we'll see which one it ends up being. I'm not picking my nose. I've got an itch. I would never pick my nose in the kitchen. I usually pick my nose in the bath. So, the next 2 kettles are boiling, ready for the next lot of custard. We are going to pour our custard into our larger receptacle now and hope that nothing really, really bad happens. Fingers crossed, everybody at home, fingers crossed. Please, I beg of you. Okie dokie. It's got some cracks up here, but luckily it's not going to fill all the way to the top because this is actually a 20 odd litre tub. We don't even need to fill it all, so that's fine. I am not very strong, so you pour that son of a bitch in there. Oh! Okay, it's barely even lumpy. I mixed it quite well, you know. Just get the last bits out. Wow. Tarred up. We're on to the next 10 packets of custard. Get your skizzles. Again. Pour that powder in. Wow. Now see, a bag of hard drugs will set you back about at least 40 quid. But this packet of white powder here, this custard, it only cost me about 40p, so. And which one's really going to make you happier? You know? Which one? This is that good powder. Don't do hard drugs, make custard instead, baby. I actually just realised that I wasn't counting these again. So, we're just guessing. 1, 2, 3. I don't even know how many I bought, so I can't even work it out from that. I just picked up the box. I got some funny looks. I just really like custard. I just really like it. So, I'm autistic and my special interest is custard now. Hey guys. Why was the custard distressed? Because he saw the apple crumble. Oh! That was shit, I'm sorry. I apologise for that from the bottom of my heart. It's the biggest regret of my entire career, that joke. I don't know why I'm waving this around. I don't feel like this is as much powder as the last time, but it's gonna have to do. We're going back in for that second arm workout now. 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. I'm pretty beast at whisking, do you think? Got that really fast hand action. Although that kills your wrist. Ooh. Right, if you're mixing along with me at home, don't forget to tense your abs, guys. Don't forget to breathe in and then breathe out, you know. Technique is important here. Custard workout 101 is never give up. Never back down, never give up. This is definitely not as thick as the last slot. That's probably because I didn't put enough custard in there. We'll keep mixing it anyway. On the off chance that this one is too thick. Oh no, what about the custard skin? It's gonna make a skin. Oh my god, no, we don't want a custard skin. Oh, if you're one of those people that eats custard skin, Just go away. I don't want to talk to you anymore. Okay, I feel like this custard was too thick and this one was too thin, but I feel like together they'll probably make the good custard, okay? I am literally so hot right now. We can't open any of the windows because every time we do, a bunch of flies come in, and I don't want flies in my custard.
Brother, I yearn for the custard. Give the custard, brother, please.
I'm just gonna like low-key check that this isn't melting this. Oh my god, the fly, it's on my custard. It's coming to my custard. Go away, you bitch! Get away from my custard! Oh shit, I forgot I was supposed to be telling you stories, wasn't I? Let's think. Okay, so people have, I don't even know how to word this, but like fake illnesses, terminal illnesses, to try and get free content. One guy even went to the extreme of saying that he'd been in a car accident and he had lost his wife. And then when I didn't give him any free content for that, he came back and hit me up with, I've got a brain tumor. So that was fairly interesting. And then on top of that, there's birthdays as well. People will tell me when it's their birthday and I'm like, happy birthday, you have a great day. And it's always kind of like they're expecting something from me. But like, especially if I don't know you and I've never spoken to you before, why on earth would I give you a gift for your birthday? Plus, how are you going to prove to me that it's your birthday? Are you going to send me your birth certificate so I can phone up the hospital and check that it actually is your birthday? Because I'm pretty sure some people just subscribe to loads of people and then spam message all of them that it's their birthday every single day. Okay, we got some more custard now. We're going to pour this thinner custard into this thicker custard and hope that it makes decent custard. Ooh. Oh. Yikes! Ah. Oh. Well, at least that one was less lumpy. There is a fly in here who really, really wants to munch on my custard, and I'm not going to let him. Anyways, you're gonna want to mix those two up. I guess we don't want custard skin. That's gonna be pretty fucking gross. I'm not into custard skin. Very creepy, very creepy. Wow.
Wow.
The microplastics in this custard is going to be off the chain. This is not bad. I'm like pretty happy with how this is going. But I am like pretty warm right now, so. Probably just wiped half my clown off. Whatever. Usually when you're cooking, you should probably be wearing like a hairnet or something, because you don't want to get hairs in there. But you know, like how if you work in catering, you'll know this, that if you get a cut or something, you're supposed to wear like a bright blue plaster, so that in the event that your plaster, sorry, band-aid for you Americans, in the event that the plaster / band-aid falls off your finger or whatever into the food, obviously it'll be bright blue so you can see it. So that's my logic today in not putting my hair up, because, you know, if any hairs get in here, my hair's blue, we're going to be able to see them straight away. We can fish them out. Thanks a lot.
No issues.
So, this next one may not technically be a lie, because I don't ever want to accuse anybody of, like, lying about their mental health or whatever. But people do try to, like, bond with me over mental health and then kind of, like, weaponize that conversation into an excuse to ask me for free content and freebies, which I just think is really fucked up. Like, that you can't just be like, oh, I'm depressed, give me free content. Like, I'm depressed too, bitch, give me money.
Hello, I like money.
And I know you're thinking that blue hair rule is not going to work for your armpits, Alice, because your armpit hair is brown, and if your armpit hair falls in here, we're not going to see it. And I've got to tell you something, mate, that was intentional, because I just love my custard riddled with armpit hairs. Gives it a bit of flavour, you know? Okay, I'm starting to get tired now. I need to listen to my own advice. Never back down, never give up. Yeah, right, never give up. Custard 101, never give up, never back down. Never give up, never back down. Never give up, never back down. I am fucking roasted. I'm absolutely roasting, sweaty, ridiculously hot right now. Is just all I have to say. It's so steamy and moist in here now. It really is starting to get very damp, very moist. Oh, I'm sorry if you're one of those people who finds the word moist horrible. I think it's like one of the best words ever. And I will use the word pretty much any excuse that I get to use the word, okay? Moist. 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 This custard is a piece of work. This is really, this is a good arm workout. I'm gonna try and change my technique a little bit to get some different muscles. Like, we might as well, while we're already here working them out, so. Oh. It's kind of a jam. I'm giving up on this batch. It is fucking good enough, okay? Okay, next lot in the bowl. Yay! Yay! And I've run out of interesting ones now, so I guess I'll just do a little bit of a rant. I suppose this is a lie, or it could be. So when somebody says, like, they're asking a bunch of questions about buying something and you spend ages answering their questions and you're really excited because you think you're about to make a sale, and then they hit you with the, I'll let you know when I get paid. I'm like, why are you even talking to me if you've not been paid? Fuck. Or they try to do like a buy now, pay later type thing, as if I ever advertise that I am Klarna. Do I look like Klarna to you? But yeah, I'm not a credit broker, so I don't understand. I don't understand why people think they don't need to pay up front for things. Like, can you imagine how heartbreaking it would be to do something thinking that you're gonna get paid for it and then they just never come back and pay for it? Like, take for example, if somebody paid you, this is just a hypothetical, if somebody paid you to make 10 litres of custard and you didn't receive the money for either the custard or the work prior to buying the custard and making the custard and doing the job, you would have made 10 litres of custard for absolutely nothing. You'd be out of pocket for custard, yeah? All this custard, it were like 20 whole pounds. That's a lot of custard. Okay, I'm pretty sure we've cleared every packet of custard. I'm just gonna give the big one a stir. Do we think it's gonna get lumpier if I keep mixing it? Like, if I just let a skin form on the top and then I just sort of yonk it off, that's probably gonna make it less lumpy than if I keep letting it set and then, like, cutting it into, like, squares with this whisk. I feel like I'm doing something wrong here. I'm gonna stop that. Interesting. We're so close to being done. We are literally so close to coming. How many kettles did it take? 8? Yeah. 8 kettles of water. I think we've made more than 10 litres of custard here. I'm not gonna lie. I think this is like nearly 15 litres of custard. The fly! You prick! It's gonna be a glorious day when I kill that fly. Need to be very gentle with this now because I've got all this bare skin and I'm gonna end up throwing boiling water on myself. Please don't splash on me. Please don't do it. Ugh. I hate how the water just goes yellow before you actually mix in the powder. It's like pre-custard. It's like, it looks like piss. It looks like a big bowl of piss. Anyway, it'll look better once we've mixed it a bit, so I'll just do that. Can't think of anything else funny to say. I'm like totally pooped after this custard workout. I just want to say that despite the suggestion to buy this custard from Amazon, I did not buy this custard from Amazon. I physically went to a shop where real people were in the shop and it was very scary for me, but I went outside and I did it. And do you know why? Because Jeff Bezos is a cunt. And like, cunt in a bad way, yeah? Because I know that cunt has got a new meaning now. It's like, yeah, cunt, you know what I mean? There's cunt and there's cunt, right? And you know he's the second one. So I'm not trying to say that Jeff Bezos is like super cunty or whatever. He's just a massive throbbing cunt. That's who he is. And he doesn't need any more of our money. So Just forget your social anxiety and go to the shop, okay? Just pretend it never happened. Ugh. I was working out this morning, so my legs are already shaking. Not in a weird way. They're shaking. My arms, my muscles, they were already fucked before the custard. Oh my god. If you guys know anybody who does like funny workout videos on YouTube, you should suggest them to me. We've been watching some pretty decent like exercise tutorials and workout videos or whatever, but they're just so boring. I feel like they could do with a little bit more spice, a little bit more flavour, you know? Something exciting like 10 litres of custard, potentially. Like, no matter what you do in life, you have to remember that there is always the potential to make 10 litres of custard, and this is what free will looks like. I thought it was the fly, but it was just a bit. There he is. He's there. Mush, do you see him? The fly. Look at him, he's so cocky. He's mocking us. Okay, this one had the least packets of custard in, so it's gonna be a bit runny, but I feel like it's not lumpy at least, so there's that. Ugh. That'll fucking do. That'll do. Woo! Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Custard! Wow.
Wow.
That is hot. Woo! Okay, so now you're just gonna want to get all the shit out of the way. Just get all that shit out of the way. It's fine anyway because I'm not cleaning it up, so who gives a shit, right? We're gonna give it one last final stir. Last final. Those words meant the same thing, but I just felt it important to include both of them in there because I'm really shit at speaking English, despite it being my first and only language. So we're going to mix the custard in together so that it's at least got one similar consistency throughout. Because at the minute there's like a watery custard glob just sort of like in the middle. I'm going to get that bitch. Yep. Oh, it's thicker towards the outside. That's kind of minging. Minging! That is not cunt. Am I using that right? Hey! I'm down, it's cool. I know the lingo. The custard lingo. Oh, the fucking fly. Get out of my face, fly. Don't test me, fly. And there you have it. That's how you make 15 litres of custard. 13 litres of custard. That's how you make a large but miscellaneous amount of custard. And I hope you will tune in next week. We're going to be making 40 litres of rice pudding just because rice pudding slaps ass. That's it. You're going to need a heat safe bowl or container to put the You're gonna need a Woo! Fuck! Just make custard, bitch. God.
Did you know you can make custard with anything?
Anything?
I'll get you. It'll look like a bloody accident.
Oh, the cat in the eye is a sex icon. Like, wow. Second of all, you're gonna need You're also gonna need a pair of skizzles and a trusty whisk. I want to do that again. That was weird. You're also going to need to get yourself a pair of trusty skill. I was going to push these onto the floor for comedy. Is it going to be too much to clean up? Okay, so now you're just going to want to get all the shit out of the way. Just get all that